Okay, guys, our last bit of movie news today is coming to us from Variety, and this is once again, this film is back in the news. James Bond's No Time to Die. So, okay, if this is the first you're hearing of this, the title of the article is a little misleading. The title of the article says James Bond film No Time to Die explored $600 million sale to streaming services. That's a little misleading. That's not exactly what happened. So as we all know, there's a pandemic raging right now, right? We
What?
all have to stay inside. We all have to watch our Netflix. We all have to watch our Apple TV Plus. We all have to watch our HBO Max. We all have to watch our Hulu. We all have to watch our Amazon Prime. We all have to watch our Disney Plus. What other streaming services am I leaving out? There's a lot, right? There's a ton. So with this particular title, it appears that both Netflix and Apple TV Plus approached MGM and said, "Hey, you guys, we hear you got a new James Bond movie coming out. What's it worth to you? You want to sell us your new James Bond movie?" So they went up just like that, with a cigarette and their Italian mobsters all behind them, right? That's exactly what they did. And MGM was like, okay, the movie's not for sale. However, if you do want to buy it, let's just pick an arbitrary number. How about $600 million? The bidding starts at $600 million. If you're serious about acquiring James Bond's No Time to Die, let's start talking at $600 million. Let's see if you're actually serious about this. Because, Daniel, this is a potential, not a guaranteed, this is a potential $1 billion film at the box office. If COVID was not an issue, there's a very real chance this film could make $1 billion at the box office. Based on the trailers, in my personal assessment, probably not. I mean, if Billie Eilish has anything to say about this, it's barely going to break 100 million. My opinion, of course. As we all know, I hate Billie Eilish. I hate the theme song. I hate everything about it. I'm looking forward to the movie just because it's James Bond, but I don't have
Yes.
high hopes for this movie. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. Um, first of all, do you think it's smart of MGM to say, okay, the film's not for sale, but if you want to talk turkey, let's start at 600 million? Do you think that that was a good call for them to make? And if so, do you think that they can break $600 million? Do you think that they can make more come April 2021, next year when this film is released? True. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Let's pontificate here for a second. I want to use Tenet as a case study. Tenet was like the big tentpole film that we were all looking to, produced by Warner Brothers. Um, we're looking at Tenet just because it's pretty much the only big major blockbuster in theaters. Nobody else has really followed suit. Yeah, New Mutants came out. Yeah, There was Unhinged with Russell Crowe. There was that Robert De Niro movie that was like The War with Grandpa or something like that. But Tenet was like the big movie, right? To date, Tenet has only made $350 million to date worldwide. So not terrible, but also consider it has zero competition, and theaters are being limited to 25% capacity, and of that, very few people are in the movie theaters at all, period, around the world. So let's take $350 million is what it made currently. In a non-COVID world, there's a very real possibility that Tenet could have made easily $800 million. Very real possibility. The marketing budget, not the marketing budget, the production budget of No Time to Die was $250 million. Astronomical. That was the same production budget of Avengers Endgame. Same production budget. So to break even, just to break even, first of all, okay, so you have your production budget of $250 million. Then you have to double that for advertising, because if you spend a lot of coin and nobody knows about it, whatever, right? So now you have to double your budget to market the movie. So now we're at $500 million. And then you have to pay your movie theaters approximately 1.5%. Approximately, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. You know, every movie gets negotiated differently per theater company, right? Or per exhibitor. So, but approximately it's about 1.5. So if we're at $500 million, now the movie needs to make, what are we at? Math is escaping me. $650 million. So you need $650 million just to break even. And we haven't even started getting into the interest that the banks need to collect, for the loans, to make the movie. So we'll leave the loans out of it, or the interest from the loans rather. But they need a minimum of $650 million just to break even. Tenet made half that. Close. Half that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at... Oh, sorry. Somebody's saying check the audio. Can hear Dan. Can't hear me. I don't know. Hang on one second, you guys. Let me check my audio settings real quick. Right in the middle of the show. It seems everything's working from my end. Yeah, everything seems to be working fine. Let me check it on this playback. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second.
If you can't hear Mike, let us know. More people need to let us know.
Yeah, I just checked the playback on Facebook and I can hear myself. So, David, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to continue on. So here we are. $650 million James Bond needs to break even. Tenet's only made half that, practically-ish, kind of, sort of. In April 2021, of course, a lot of this is dependent on a vaccine. If we can get a vaccine out in time in the near future, do you think people are going to start returning to the theaters in droves? And do you think that it is within Bond's best interest to pass? It's not like they passed on this. They didn't pass on it. They were the ones that said $600 million. So if they did strike a deal, it would be considerably less. Maybe 300, which would be a surefire loss of profit. Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Will people return in droves? But I think lots of people, I'm going to be very delicate about how I'm going to try and phrase this. There seem to be lots of people who are already being very cavalier about our current situation.
That's not delicate. I think that's very straightforward. That's very fair to say.
Fair.
Yes.
That when there is a vaccine and an even more fortified sense of safety, that even more people will feel that they are able to, and that is actually just the truth and the way it is. That when there is a vaccine and it is widely available, and we reach that critical mass of people who have it, that we can start getting out there. I do have to be more of a
So, do you think that there's more of a chance that they delay the film even further? It's possible. It's possible.
theaters and sold
I
that
mean,
way.
Mulan lost a ton of money doing that. Like, that was the
Yeah,
wrong marketing pitch. First of all, nobody knew that it was going to Disney Plus, and then once they found out, what do you mean I have to? Like, I already pay for the streaming service. Now I have to pay even more. I don't know. I mean, premium
yeah.
VOD is on the table, but when you have a movie with a production budget of $250 million, there's no way that they can recoup those losses. There's no way, and
That is so much money.
it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like I don't see another film being made on that same budget again in the next 10 years.
It's gonna be a while.
It's going to be a long while. If at all. And a lot depends on streaming. Like, what is going to be the future of streaming? Who knows? Anyway, guys, big question is for you is what do you think is going to happen with James Bond No Time to Die? Do you think that they should have, considered this deal from with either Netflix or Apple TV Plus a little bit more than they did? Or do you think that it was smart of them to pass and just wait and bide their time and wait for people to come back to the theaters? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles would want you to do. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.